Okay, good morning, Kate. I see you on here as well. You are muted though. I don't know how. I've asked you to unmute, but I'm not sure. Oh, perfect. Okay, there we are. Wonderful.
Oh, all right.
Hey.
I'm better at this than I thought I was.
You know what? I'm getting new to Zoom too, so I'm glad that. Oh, let me share my video. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. So I'm new to Zoom too, so I'm glad we have you here today. Thank you for joining us. I know it's Father's Day weekend and a lot of people have a lot of plans, so we are gonna try to stay on track and be respectful of your time.
It is my pleasure to be here. I'm going to apologize in advance. We have very bad air quality today because of the fires, and so I lose my voice every once in a while.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. I'm sure our class is going to understand quite well as well for you. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to the class and let them know where you work and all of that. And you can go ahead and get started at any time. We do have Ellen on here today. We have our class on here. We're full of self-advocates or parents or family members of people with intellectual or developmental disabilities. So we are happy to have you. Thank you so much. You can go ahead and take it away.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. It's a nice, bright Saturday morning. So my name's Kate Osty. I'm a clinical social worker with Nevada Disability Advocacy and Law Center. We are the state's protection and advocacy system. And so I work under the direction of a supervising attorney, a rights attorney. And he makes me say at every presentation I give that I am not an attorney and this is not to be considered legal advice. We're just here to give some information and hopefully answer some questions. So that's my little spiel I have to give at every single one. So, and you'll have to kind of forgive me. This is kind of a new concept for me. I always give presentations in a room, so it's kind of like talking to myself. So I was invited here today to talk about Social Security Administration and some of the programs they have. So I'd kind of like to get a quick feel for who's on this meeting and where you're at as far as your knowledge, or are you a recipient of Social Security benefits? Because I don't want to cover a lot of information that nobody's really interested in.
Students, you can go ahead and unmute yourself as you need to. If any of you are familiar with Social Security, use Social Security, or have a family member that does.
So let's make this easy. Do I have individuals on this call who receive Social Security benefits? So I'm guessing no. Oh dear, maybe there's a chat.
Give me 1 second. Why are you muted? Oh, Ashley, unmute. Allison said she's muted. Carrie's muted. Oh, how do I? Oh, unmute. Okay. Kate, you are unmuted. Let me see. I don't know how to do this. Hold on, guys. It says I am asking you guys to unmute.
Okay, how's that?
I can hear you, Allison.
Okay. Oh my goodness. And there aren't even any fires where I am. I'm Allison Greathouse and I work for vocational rehabilitation, and I'm in the Elko office, and so I often send my clients to Diana DeBishop with your organization to use her as a WIPA.
And I'm sorry, Kate, you are muted there, and I don't know why. Why is this doing this?
How about that? Do we hear me?
You are. Yep, I can hear you now. Okay. Can you tell us quickly what? I'm sorry, I think Allison used the term WIPA. Can you tell us what it is?
So WIPA is a program through Social Security. It's actually a grant program and we are the recipients of the Social Security Grant Program. And those individuals that work with the WIPA program are highly trained specialists in returning to work and work incentives. So they do one-on-one benefit planning with individuals who receive Social Security benefits who have gone back to work, so that the individual knows exactly how and when not only are their Social Security benefits going to be affected, but how other benefits that they receive, such as SNAP benefits or their Medicaid, Medicare is eventually affected, housing's affected. So they will get a breakdown of exactly how and when to expect those changes in benefits that they receive once they start going back to work. So it is a really great program, and we highly recommend that when you're thinking about going back to work or you have gotten that job, that you really connect with them so that you can understand how those benefits are going to be expected and when to expect those changes. So really quickly, Social Security has many different programs, but what I would imagine most people are here this morning to hear about are going to be the disability programs. And there's three major ones that most people kind of want information about. The first one is what people refer to as SSDI, that's Social Security Disability Insurance. And that is for individuals who have what's called work quarters. So the rule of thumb, and these are very general definitions, but the rule of thumb for a work quarter is if you have worked 5 out of the last 10 years, you probably have enough work quarters. Now, that does not apply to an individual who started working maybe when they were 19 and became disabled when they were 23, because they wouldn't have had the opportunity to work 10 years. So they will need less work quarters. And we would have to sit down with somebody and figure out how many work quarters they would need to be eligible, or you can call Social Security and they would tell you. The other program is SSI, Supplemental Social Security, and that program is set up for individuals who have a disability but who have not had the work quarters. So you have to have your set number of work quarters. If you don't have them, there's no appealing that. It's a black or white rule. You either have the work quarters that are required or you don't. If you don't have the work quarters, but you feel you're still disabled and unable to work, you would then apply for SSI. SSI can also be for minors, for individuals under the age of 22 if they have a related disability. So the third program that affects individuals with disabilities is what's called the Disabled Adult Children program. And that's for an individual who has a cognitive disability that started from before the age of 22. So do I have any questions about the three different programs? Kind of all understand what those programs are? Now you can apply, a child can apply for SSI. If they're under the age of 18, they can still get SSI. They obviously would not get SSDI because they haven't worked, they're a child. But you can apply for a disabled adult child. If you apply for SSI as the child gets older, you know, those benefits are going to kick in. So it requires a little bit more proof and documentation to Social Security, but they walk you through that and tell you how to apply for that, but it gets you a few extra benefits. SSI is a straight amount that adults receive. It's capped, but it can be lower depending on your living circumstances. So if you're a child, you're probably going to get a little less than an adult because you live with your parents. If you're an adult and you live with somebody, you're probably going to get a little bit less because they're going to do what's called deeming. They're going to say you have in-kind income. If somebody helps you with your housing or somebody helps you with buying groceries, if you receive any kind of supported living through monetary reasons, then Social Security does what's called deeming, and they reduce the rate a little bit. But those are all types of questions that if you're not sure why you're not getting the full amount, that's something that NDALC can help you look at just to make sure that you're getting the full amount of the benefit that you're entitled to. So are we under, and Catherine, I'm sorry, with the visual impairment and I moved all my magnifiers, I can't see the chat box. So I won't know if somebody's asking a question. So if you could just holler at me if a question pops up.
Actually, we have Ellen on the recording with us today, and she's monitoring the chat, so she will interrupt as needed. There's no need to worry about the chat if there's something in there. And then class, I think I fixed it so you guys can unmute yourselves. If you have any questions, please do so. And go ahead, you can definitely test your microphone to make sure you can speak to if you need to, but please ask questions as soon as.
Yeah, just jump in as we're doing the presentation. You know, again, it's kind of weird because I feel like I'm sitting in my office talking to myself because I can't actually see my computer screen.
Good morning. This is Dora. May I ask a question?
Yes, please. So
I don't receive anything of those, but I'm just curious about the public charge rule that I got an email from yesterday, and I was wondering if is that gonna affect any SSI, SSDI beneficiaries?
Okay, and I'm sorry, what did you get what rule?
The public charge.
Public charge rule. Well, I'm terribly sorry, I don't even know what that is. Well, don't I feel inadequate? So can you tell me where it came from? Where did the notice come from?
I got it from the, was it the where email? I got it from Marisol. Catherine, did you hear about that? I got it from, is it Marisol? One of your staff? The public charge?
I did not get an email from Marisol yesterday. Let me look into this really quickly.
Was it the other? Maybe it was the other day.
Let me look into this
from the IDD Council.
Okay, so I do have a public charge rule here. Let's see if we can quickly find out what that is.
Yeah, give me just a minute there, Dora. I'm looking into it for you.
Okay, so public charge rule, what immigrants should know. Department of Homeland Security issued the final charge rule that dramatically changed the assessment of public charge inadmissibility. This rule consists. And I'm just quickly looking at this really quick to see what this is. And that would be why I probably didn't get the notification, because we don't do anything regarding immigration because other agencies do. We have a very narrow window of what we're allowed to get involved in. But this is definitely something that I can take a look at and get some information to Catherine, and she can send it out.
Yes,
but,
thank you so much, Kate.
Taking a very quick look at it, I don't see anything that says anything about Social Security benefits or anything like that. But then again, like I said, this is the first I'm hearing about it. So let me on Monday, I'll pull some information together and just have the attorney take a peek at it to make sure that it's good information, and I'll get it to Catherine and she can send it out to people.
Thank
Does
you,
that sound
Kate.
like that'll work?
Yeah, that'll work perfect. Thank you, Kate. I can send it out to them.
Okay. So one of the other things that sometimes comes up with individuals who are on Social Security disability benefits is rep payee work. So your disability maybe you have had a traumatic brain injury. And as a result of the traumatic brain injury, you're having difficulty with your cognitive functions. So Social Security decides that you need to have a representative payee. That representative payee is going to help you make decisions about how to spend the money and make sure that your bills are paid on time. So a representative payee has to pass a test, if you will, by Social Security. And that test basically is just to make sure that, you know, you have not been charged with fraud by the Social Security. You do not have a criminal background, those types of things. But pretty much you can pick anybody that you want. The individual who is receiving the Social Security benefits does get a say in who is the representative payee, unless they're a minor. So obviously, if you're a child, you have a rep payee. But as an adult, you have a say in who your rep payee is. Sometimes we get people here who their parents have always been their representative payee. And as young adults, maybe they're 25, 26, 27, however old, even older adults, suddenly just don't seem to be getting along with their parents or whoever was the representative payee, and things aren't working out the way it should, they can request to have their representative payee changed. And they don't even really have to give the reason. And the current rep payee has no say in the matter. Now, the only time